Welcome to another episode of the Brown Couch Bruhz, your go-to Detroit sports podcast.
That's right. I'm your boy Jess, a.k.a. A-Game. We're here to bring the latest and the greatest from the D, the 313.
And it's your boy, the Loaf, ready to dive right into the heart of Detroit sports with two of my guys, the Honcho and the A-Game.
Lions, Tigers, Pistons, Red Wings, PSL Sports, Michigan State, we got you covered.
We'll break down the games, analyze the stats, and give you the hot takes that you didn't know you needed.
Plus, we bring you some amazing guests, legends of the game, Detroit historians, here to share their insights and stories.
So grab a seat on the couch, kick back, and let's get into the action.
Here we go.
Welcome to another episode of the Brown Couch Bruhz.
Brown Couch Bruhz, man. Good summer, man. We back. We were on a little hiatus. Everybody needed a little vacation, man. So we back live, man. We back, people. We back.
Man, listen, Brown Couch Bruhz back in the building. And like the Ohio players once said, heaven must be like this. Hey, listen, let me tell you, man, we got playoff baseball coming. You know what I'm saying? The Tigers doing their thing. The Red Sox, they gonna slip in. And man, to start a football season.
They've been fiending for one.
Man.
Fiending.
Must be like this.
Hey, listen. We trying to do back to back. We trying to two-piece that thing.
There's a couple of people on this couch doing back-to-back.
Well, you know.
Trying to.
I'm going for three. I'm going for three in a
He
row.
already completed the back-to-back. Yeah.
But in customary fashion, let's
Toast it up, man.
it up.
Welcome back.
Boom.
Welcome back.
How you doing from long distance,
Welcome
baby?
back.
Long distance.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Carter.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't remember that.
Yeah, they don't remember that. Some of our audience might
that.
know. Some of them might know.
Yeah.
But everybody
They
don't
don't know who John Travolta originally was.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, they have no clue, no idea.
Oh, my God.
But man, it has been a great summer. Great summer, man. And we got to catch up our audience on all we've done over the summer. So, Jess, what you got for your tip?
Well, man, my tip-off, man, is just the fact that we coming back. Football season, man. We appreciate the follows. I appreciate all the asks for everybody. Hey, man, you know, when y'all coming back? When you coming back? Hey, we back. Yeah, I'm glad y'all here. Summer-wise was good. Everybody came out safe. We had some great fantasy drafts. Everybody came back with that. Man, we just doing our thing, man. We still working. You know, we all still working. You know, we just making good on everything, man. So it was a good, safe summer. Welcome back. Glad everybody's back, man. Other than that, man, I'm ready to roll, man. We got a lot of content coming out. We got some changes. Comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all on top of it. Tell a friend. We everywhere, man. We about to blow up. We about to blow.
Loaf, what you got for your
Hey,
tip
man,
off?
kind of piggyback off of what Jess Nice was saying, man. Had a great summer. Hey, man, I enjoyed my grandkids. They come to the house. They stay at the house. But anyway, I love my grandkids, man. They've been there pretty much the whole summer, man. I love them at the house. They let me know they keep me alive.
Yeah.
And like you were just saying earlier, man, we got some good content coming. Hey, man, we doing more on location.
There you
We're
go.
going to be moving and grooving, man. So you might not see the couch, but you're going to see us around other people enjoying the environment, our fans, all our subscribers. They've been telling, hey, y'all need to come here. You need to come there. So guess what? We coming. We coming.
Yeah, an exciting summer, man. And for me, you know, one, I'm excited about us producing more content. So we're going to be doing some live shows, some live stuff.
Yep.
You know, it worked so well for us last season when we were on location. So we're going to do more of that. So stay tuned for a lot of that. And for me, man, the golf game is getting better. It's getting better, man.
The guy traveling all around the country playing golf.
So last week, I just left Myrtle Beach last week. Played in my first amateur tournament in Myrtle Beach, man. 3,000 golfers. It was outstanding event.
3,000?
3,000 golfers, man. So I played in a division for 12 to 15 handicap. I'm sitting at a 15 handicap right now. And I was able to finish 18th out of 51 golfers, man. So, you know.
Right, congrats.
Something
to build off of.
Something to build off of.
Yeah, build off that.
So it was an outstanding event, man. Shout out to all those who participated, man. I went down there with a group of guys from Detroit. Golfers from the Detroit area. Brian Cross, our frat brother who you know. My guy Ron Johnson, who I play with on a consistent basis. Meg the golfer, who's a YouTube sensation. Who's out there, man. She did an outstanding job.
I see her all the time on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm gonna be playing with her in a couple weeks at a golf outing, man. So it was outstanding, man. Got a chance to meet a lot of great people, man. My foursomes that I had when I was there were outstanding, man. Had a good time with those guys. You want to play good golf, but you also want to be there to have a good time. So I definitely did that in Myrtle Beach. Now, Myrtle Beach, the food was great. The golf was amazing. But it's slow and old. Myrtle Beach is slow and old.
Retirement.
Is it retirement?
Buy you some property, man. Get you a good golf cart. Get you a good 3-wheeler and, invest in it now.
Man, it was old out there. But it was cool, man. It was cool, man. And, for me, I started golf just a few years ago. Started this season as a 22 handicap. Finished this season as a 15 handicap.
Okay.
So I'm getting
7
a little
strokes
better, man.
You're
7
getting
strokes
better,
man. Now I can play with the big boys now and have a good time.
Right. Mike can sip a little bit the night before and still have a good time. Because you know how you go out there and you got to stroke him the right way.
But you know what's interesting about that? I'm glad you mentioned that. I attack this thing just like I did basketball, man. I give me some rest at night, you know what I mean? Eat my protein and carbohydrates the night before. Make sure I got the energy I need to go out there and compete, man. So I kind of treat it just like I did when I was playing basketball, man. When you're trying to get somewhere.
Right.
My goal for next year.
Exactly.
My goal for next year is to get myself as close to a single-digit handicap as I can. Yeah. So excited about it, man.
Well, it's good when you have a passion about something. You want to put more effort into it. And you want to invest your time, your money, and your knowledge into that sport or whatever else you're doing. So congrats on that, man. I remember when you first started, man. Tried to get me out there. I ain't got out there yet. But I'll get out there sooner or later. But
yeah, man.
Congrats.
I was out there
Honcho.
tearing the course up, man.
So you trying to get down to a single handicap.
Single digit.
Single
digit.
Single digit handicap.
8, 9, get in there in that range.
And it's a saying that's on this show that comes from the Loaf all the time. Well, the grind is real.
The grind is real. The grind
So you better get out there and do it.
I've been working with my boy Brian Cross, man. We've been at the range pretty much every day, man. Just working on stuff and figuring it out, man. So, I'm falling in love with the process of being a better golfer, man. So, shout out to all those folks that I played with, man. All those guys that were in my foursomes. They are now subscribers to the Brown Couch, man. So I had an amazing time.
Man, we're going to have to get,
man.
If not bring Leon back, bring Bree Cross on for sure.
Yeah.
That'll bring Bree Cross on.
Oh, yeah. He's ready. He's ready to come.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
There you go.
So, hey, this week in sports history, 1960. What happened? You remember 1960? Were you born in 1960?
No. In the 60s? Yeah. 1960? No. Olympics? 1960, though.
Olympics, 1960. Our guy, Cassius Clay, wins the gold medal in the light heavyweight division, man. The greatest.
His mama called him Clay. I'm going to call him Clay.
Love Muhammad Ali, man.
Yeah, man. Ali was the greatest, man. Now, I want his daughter to sit down, though.
Yeah, she needs to
step back.
She kind of talking a little too much.
Yeah.
I don't think she want the smoke with Clarissa.
Nah, she don't.
She wants the check.
She want the check,
but she don't want the smoke.
She don't want the smoke
that come with that.
She don't deserve that. She don't deserve that.
Nah. She need to sit down. She's 47 years old. Clarissa, 30 years old. Young buck, and no pun intended. But she don't want that smoke, man. That girl, she don't want that.
No, not at all. She don't. No,
that'd be like you trying to fight me. You don't want that smoke. You don't want it.
I'm about it.
You don't want it. You don't want it.
I'd rather not.
Two sumo wrestlers.
I'd just rather not.
Right.
Can we talk it out?
Yeah, let's talk it out. But yeah.
Well, folks, we're coming to you bigger and better this year. We're
That's right.
introducing several new segments to the show. What the people saying, Jess? This is a segment where we look at the messages that we've gotten on our social media platforms and what folks in the streets are saying so that we can add that to the show. So, Jess, what the people saying?
Well, listen, man, people was on my head this week, a little bit of last week. They wanted to know my thoughts about the Micah and the Jerry saga. What was right? What was wrong? Who was right? Who was wrong? We'll get into the impact later on something else. But listen, man, for me as a Cowboy fan, I watched Jerry play games with this scenario. He does pay his players. And of course, you see Dak, CD got his money. So long story short, and just all the information I've gathered, listening to 105.3 in Dallas, they had a handshake deal. And Jerry felt good about it. And Micah had to take it to someone else. And which he should have, because his agent should have been there. So who was wrong? Did Jerry do this deal without his agent trying to get over? Or did he know, Jerry said he didn't want a third person in it. Jerry, that's not how it worked. So Jerry is a businessman. And, when you shake his hand, Arkansas oil guy, you shake his hand.
That means something.
It means something.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what happened, man. Then the fallout began. And then, information about, what Micah was going through all transpired. And I don't think Jerry was ready to back down off this. And he showed his true colors. I mean, he showed what we already knew. He's an oil man, $1 billion man from Arkansas with a lot of friends who don't like to deal with certain individuals and certain people. I ain't gonna never call him up.
Well,
but we know what he just felt like, nah, I'm not backing down from this. And there you go, man. The Micah trade happened. Hopefully it helps both teams. We get two first-round picks. We got a defensive tackle, Clark, over there. So maybe that'll help. Hopefully other guys will step up. But long story short, the head-to-head, that buddy. And, I think Jerry was wrong. I kind of fought Mike a little bit. Don't deal with nobody about your money without your representation. That's like when you go into the management call you in and say, hey, you did this wrong.
I need my union rep.
I need my union rep. I need my union rep right there.
Exactly.
You don't do nothing without your union rep.
I'm going to give you an even better example. You use the name Jerry. Remember the movie Jerry Maguire? Tom Cruise, agent, shook the dad's hand.
Yeah.
Your handshake is as good as old.
To
represent his son as the number one pick in the draft. He said, we're good as oak. Nah. We going this route.
Yeah.
Listen,
and that's why he had to fall back on show me the money on Cuba.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. You got to have your agent present, man.
You do.
He's a lawyer.
Yep.
But technically by trade, at least for contracts.
Yeah.
You got to have your lawyer present, period.
Jerry Jones is nickel slick.
Yep.
But Micah should have known better. Because Jerry tried to get over on him. Look, man, I negotiate contracts for a living. You don't agree to anything with no handshake deal at any time.
Yeah.
It's always, let me take this back to my people. Let me take this back to the table. Let's figure this out. And when it's good as gold, when it's good as oak.
When it's good as oak.
Is when you see a signature.
When you see a signature.
You see a signature on that. And we both signed it.
Right.
So, man, I just, look, I think it's blame to go both ways. But Micah, you got to be smarter than that. Man.
Yeah.
You got to be smarter than that, man.
So,
Jerry probably got him on that boat, got him a couple drinks in him.
Threw out some numbers.
Threw out some numbers over that water. And he started, with that Texas twang to his voice. And got Micah. Slow down, bro.
Yeah.
Slow down, bro. Jerry trying to get you. And Micah was, was oblivious to the situation.
So,
but look,
he didn't sign nothing. So
he didn't sign anything. So that's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But Jerry knows better. This ain't Jerry's first rodeo.
Oh, absolutely.
No Texas pun intended.
Right. So listen, with this episode, y'all comment on the comments, subscribe, text. Texas, either one of us, anybody, and just let us know what you're thinking, what we can touch on, but what the people are saying. That's what this segment is brought to you by.
There you go. Webb.
Hey, man, it's all about that money, baby.
Must be the money.
You gonna make me start. Anyway, doing it. Speaking of Michael Parsons and Jerry and all that, $188 million 4-year deal for Micah with the Green Bay Packers. $120 million guaranteed at signing.
Ooh, man.
That money
Must be the money.
must be the money.
$120 million guaranteed.
The guy got 52 sacks in 4 years. Future Hall of Famer. Jerry had the money, he just didn't want to pay it.
Yeah.
You had to pay this guy damn near $200 million. $120 million guaranteed at signing. Green Bay Packers in the division with the Lions.
So with that being said, man, some of the big pass rushers, like a Myles Garrett, got his money.
Got his money.
His teammate ain't going nowhere.
Nowhere.
If you would have gave Michael that money, we were not going nowhere. You couldn't do it.
Well,
But that's just me. You couldn't do it.
Well, the Lions gonna probably kind of. That's why
But-
when we start talking about the Lions and
Aiden?
Hutch and why they didn't go get another defensive end, the salary cap for all you people is just what they call it, the salary cap. It's not real. You can circumvent the salary cap any way you want.
Which we're going to talk about in just a
Kawhi
second.
Leonard got $26 million.
Which we about to talk about in just a second.
on a no-show job. But since this is a money segment, I just thought, yeah. But we'll come back to it.
Yeah.
My man in Denver, linebacker Nick Bonanetti got $106 million, guaranteed
Well, they might do
with
something,
Denver.
but yeah.
4-year
Well, Denver's
deal.
going to be good.
Yeah,
Denver's gonna be good.
Denver's going to be good.
Yeah,
Money well spent.
Money well spent.
But that Cleveland money, come on, man. That Myles Garrett money,
Max Crosby.
what are we doing?
They not doing. Yeah, I mean, so you
What are
pay.
we
You pay.
doing?
Well, the
again
one
and
thing
you're
that
done.
this Micah Parsons contract did was Hutch, the starting point is $48.5 a year or $50 a year
and see,
when his deal come up.
Yeah, they set the bar.
He set the bar.
They set the bar.
But the good
If Hutch go in there this year, 12, 15, I would say 15 sacks, he's going to get $50 million a year.
But you know what's also the reason he's gonna get it because he's gonna be on the winning team. See, Dallas,
Well-
we're not on the winning team. We're not going. We're not going.
But not
We'll
only,
get to that.
But,
We'll
but
get to
not only is Hutch going to be on the winning team, he's been a part of this transformation of a
Yeah.
city.
Yeah,
So that's going to be a whole lot different
That's gonna be- it's
than
gonna be
just
a lot
being on a winning team.
Right.
That's
He's
true.
been a part of this transformation of the city. And he's a Michigan guy.
and also you pay him because you're not. I mean, the quarterback deal that you gave a couple of years ago is getting better and better because it's
It's
coming
decreasing.
further down.
It's decreasing.
right.
It's
It's
decreasing. So
But you still going to have to pay Laporta, maybe. You definitely going to have to pay Gibbs if you want to keep him.
you gonna
You going to pay
You know,
him.
you gonna pay him.
J-Mo is iffy. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
J-Mo put up some good numbers this year.
They talking about $30 million for him.
If
For
you-
J-Mo?
Yeah.
If he put up good numbers, if
Well-
J-Mo come up with 80 receptions, 10 touchdowns, he's got to get paid.
Well, he needs to come up with a brick
No,
because
he-
the guy Tesla on his heels. So he need to come up with a
Tesla,
brick.
but still
and
up
hit
on
him in
his
the
rookie
head.
deal.
That's what I'm saying.
J-Mo
I
going
can
into
pay
his
J-Mo.
4th year.
Yeah.
So if J-Mo, he's going to be in the same position Michael Parsons is this year. Going into his 4th year, put up good numbers. Now they got the 5th year option. He can get the 5th year, and they got a couple of franchise tags they can throw on him too. But
Well,
if J-Mo put up
wouldn't- I
numbers,
wouldn't
you're
do
going to have to pay him.
well, but see, J-Mo's contract is going to be so incentive laden
Yeah.
because of his off the court issues. This guy been suspended twice already. 3 times?
No, twice.
twice. Just
He's been
twice.
suspended
Just
twice.
But
And so-
that was so far. Well, it could follow him.
It's still fresh.
It could follow
It's
him.
still fresh.
The one incident was.
It's a bargaining point.
It's a bargaining chip.
I come in there like, I mean, you've been
That's
And he
right,
got
that's
caught
right.
with a heater.
Yeah. It's a
He
bargain
got caught with a heater.
It's a
The heater
bargain
is the
chip.
biggest point.
The pistols, and women is the biggest.
Yeah.
Pistols and paydays don't
wanna
go
lose-
together.
They don't go together.
You want to
They
lose
don't go
some money?
together.
Pistols and paydays don't go together.
Just carry a pistol. And
Yeah. But that's all I got right there for them. That money tip, man. Like we always call it, it's stupid money, man.
dumb money.
Dumb money, monopoly
dumb
money.
money.
That's the low segment.
Play
of-
money.
the low
Must
segment
be
of must be the
money.
money. What
Now,
you got?
for my segment, where they do that at, man? Where they do that at? Your boy Kawhi Leonard getting paid. Getting paid for a no-show job that he's not posting an advertising for in the tunes of $28 million. Now, back at the time when Kawhi signed with the Clippers, the whole league was like, wait a minute, how is this guy going to the Clippers for this amount of money? 153 for 3 years. They just got unsigned. But they didn't know they had $28 million tucked away for Kawhi. To show up,
not to show up. You manage this car wash.
To not show up, manage this, do posts for this tree company, advertising for this tree company. Oh, but by the way, we give you $28 million to do nothing. It wasn't enough that this guy done played only 200 games in the last 5 years.
What's the owner of the Clippers? What's his name? Steve Ballmer?
Steve Ballmer.
Come on, man. They gonna get you, man.
They gonna get you.
Because you trying to circumvent the salary cap.
But Kawhi Leonard has to have the best career as a professional athlete. This guy getting paid more money to do nothing than anybody else I've seen in the history of professional sports. Where they do that at, man?
Well, I can tell you where they do that at.
LA, baby. LA is where they do that
at. He used the Lakers as a bargaining chip for them to, hey, if you don't bring in Paul George, I'm going here.
I'm going over there. Man.
So
unbelievable.
So HBC, I'm an HBC guy at Tennessee State.
Wait a minute.
Let me tell you, man. The statute of limitations gone. They gone. Man, my work study program that I had to help out with the money was to work in the cafeteria from, it might have been 2 to 8. I never showed up a day.
They got a check.
I got a check, signed it over, gave it to my coach. Because he set it up. You know what I'm saying?
But your coach got paid.
I don't know who got the now.
Wow.
To this point, I don't know who got the money now that we're talking about this. But Coach Rob, if you got the money, damn it, you might owe me something, man. But I used to sign it over.
Who was the dude that you played under your name?
Derek Henderson.
He got your money.
He got my
money. He got your NIL money.
Derek Henderson, my guy. But yeah, man. But so that's the first thing that came to my mind when they said Kawhi was getting money from a job that he wasn't even at. I was like, I get it.
It's one thing.
You got $26 million. You got $26.
I probably got
$260.
It's one thing not to show up for an NBA game and get paid.
Right.
It's a whole other thing to show up for a job and not get paid for that. I mean, come on, man.
Crazy, bro. That's crazy.
But fellas, it's game time.
All right, let's go.
Game time. Tiger baseball. Now we know our Tigers are now number 2 seed. Should have that sold up in the American League.
Man, I told you we was going to have that sold up before we went on break.
You did.
You mentioned that.
We went through some ups and downs. Lost 12 out of 13. I didn't panic. They didn't panic. Nah, we 10 games up right now. 10 games up with 21 games left.
It looked a little rough, though.
It did.
Look a little rough.
It's baseball. Baseball is, if for all who don't know, baseball is the only sport where you can fail, and when I mean fail, get 3 hits out of 10 at bats, and they call that a success.
Yeah.
That's 300 batting average.
Right.
And if you look at the Tigers batting lineup, or they line up right now, nobody's batting 300. Nobody. Period.
So they all failing, but they're winning.
They're winning. Now, it's one of the hardest sports to play as a professional. Yeah. It's hard to hit a guy 60 feet 6 inches throwing 100 miles per hour. It don't look like a regular baseball. It look like what you play, golf.
Like
maybe a little bit bigger than a golf ball. So that skill set is different. It is different.
So in spite of the Tigers' troubles, still able to really secure a playoff spot and secure a number 2 seed. But are you surprised that they weren't buyers at the trade deadline?
Well, they bought. They just wasn't big play buyers. You know what I'm saying? They added some pieces, but they weren't big players in the game. So I am surprised at that. I thought this would have been the time to try to take advantage of that. Like I said, they added some pitching. They never added the hitting that they should have got. But they added. They just didn't add the big name.
Didn't make a big splash.
Yeah.
You know, I think I was surprised that they weren't buyers either. I think they're in the long game. They didn't want to give up prospects in the minor league system. We got the number one minor league system in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
One of the top prospects right now. I think they might call him up in September just to give him some reps and something like that. I don't know if he's gonna stay on the roster, but to your point, to your question, I was kind of surprised they weren't buyers. But hey, man, you know it's kind of like the same thing with the Lions and let Brad cook. You know they wasn't buyers at the trade deadline or free agency, I should say. So hey, man, you just got to trust management and go with the flow.
So, I mean, clearly, they tried to get a bat out of
Tried to
Houston.
get Bregman before the season started. Now, and it's funny you mentioned that because he's opting out. He's already said he's opting out his deal with Boston.
He ain't come back.
He's not coming back.
But now, I mean, they're going to be in a situation now where who they have is what they're going to have throughout this playoff run.
Yep.
Do you all believe that that's going to be enough for the Tigers to make it to the World Series? Are you taking the Tigers? Are you taking the rest of the field in the American League to make it to the playoffs? Make it to the World Series?
The World Series. Well, I'm going to take the rest of the field. I think the pitching just not enough. Especially starting pitching. Now, AJ, he's going to play games with it. You know, match up here, match up there, especially during playoff baseball. You know, you can really pick and choose. Then you get your day in between. You can kind of rest guys. However, you know, we got Scooble. You know, so we count that as a dub. You got to count it. You know, he's one of the best pitchers in the game. Then after that, where do you go? Now, God forbid, at that time, if Scooble don't win that game, say, you know, it go to the 8th, 9th, 2-2. Scooble did his job, kept it down, and then you lose it in the 9th. Now you lost a Scooble start. Who you got to lean on? I think that's going to be their biggest problem.
Yeah. I have to agree with Jess Nice on that. I'm going to go with the field just for the simple fact, like he just mentioned, we don't have the pitching. We don't have that number 2 starter. We have Scoob. You know, you try to go in there with Mize. Flannery's been disappointed this year. So, you know, I like Milton as the middle reliever, the long guy. You know, if Scoob can get you, or let's just say if Mize can get you 5, I'm pretty confident in Milton getting you 2 for sure. Or if Scoob or if Mize can get you 4, I think Milton can get you 3 because he's one of those type guys. But to Jess's point, we don't have the pitching. If we had 2 solid starters.
2 solid and 5, 7 games.
I think we can probably make it to the series. But we don't have the pitching.
Well, the last time we had 2 solid starters, Verlander, Scherzer. You know, they went pretty deep. Right? Yep. But now you don't have that. It's going to be a challenge for them to make it that deep.
I think the other biggest thing that's going to happen to them, and it still revolves around their pitching, is that even if they get the first round bye, their second opponent is going to be New York, who hits the hell out the baseball. They got a bandbox over there. And then if you don't get New York, you're probably going to get Boston, which a fly ball over left field is not just a fly ball.
No, it's a home run.
It's a home run. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's not going to line up, I don't think, the way it needs to for them. If they can get the 1 seed, then they got, I think, a better shot. Although Seattle, they had their number. That's who, you know, is potentially can line up with them. But, you know, I think the pitcher, the starting pitcher is not going to carry them enough.
This is my biggest issue. And you kind of alluded to this just a minute ago. Bro, when you had the opportunity, you got to seize the opportunity.
Yeah.
I don't like when general managers wait to make moves. You got to strike when the iron is hot. And when you have an opportunity, you got a team, you're in position to get to a World Series and win one, you got to mortgage whatever you need to mortgage to win it.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about the fact that we got the best minor league system in baseball. The average fan don't care about that.
The fans don't.
Fans don't care about that. We have an opportunity to win. We got to do everything we can to secure our opportunity to win.
No.
Spend the money, trade, buy.
Because what
Let's
we in
go.
it for? What we in it for? What we in it for?
Next year you can be in a toilet.
I can tell you what they in it for right now.
The money.
They getting $2 million through the turnstiles. Through the
Man.
playoffs. I'm just telling you, man.
But see, that's the
business
difference.
people thinking that they getting $2 million there,
That's
man.
what I'm saying.
That's the problem that I have
Well,
with some of these
that's what it is.
franchises.
Yeah.
The Lions have done that for years when they were losing. As long as people paying and getting tickets, we cool.
Mhm.
Man, that's not acceptable anymore.
It shouldn't be.
No.
It's not acceptable anymore.
Look what the Philadelphia Eagles do. They go out and get their guy. They were trying to get Parsons.
Go get your man.
Get a guy, yeah.
They trying to win championships. They ain't trying to appease the owner by sales and ticket sales and all of this. We want to win chips.
Yeah.
We want to win chips, man. If you at the point right now, we on the verge of having a Super Bowl team to win it all. Man, go get you a guy.
You gotta go
that guy.
get it. You gotta go get it.
Tigers got to sacrifice some of that minor league talent. That's why they call it minor league. It's minor league talent. And he might be a totally different player in the majors.
Yeah.
And it's just talent.
And it's just talent.
It's not
just
proven
talent, but-
players.
Exactly.
So, I mean, why not mortgage that for right now? The only
Especially
thing
if
that
you're on the
matters-
verge.
The only
You're
thing
right
that
there.
matters in professional sports is finishing. Finishing.
With the chip.
To the fans. Because ownership.
To
it must-
ownership.
Particularly
No. Must be the money.
The two organizations
No. It
we're
must
talking
be the
about
money,
now, the Tigers had won a World Series in 40 years. 1984.
84.
41
Bless you,
years.
Bless you
41
boys.
years.
I'm not going to tell my age, but I was around. Anyway, the Lions have never won a Super Bowl. Never. It's only 3 or 4 franchises, 4 or 5 franchises that never won a Super Bowl. We one of them.
Ticket prices went up too, didn't they?
And people gonna pay it.
Because you're going to get...
That's a given, though. This is professional sports. That's a given. People gonna come through the door. This is a sports town. Places like Detroit, Philadelphia, New York, people coming to the games. It's a given that people gonna pay their money and come to watch athletes on the field, that on the court, whatever. That's gonna happen. Can you finish?
Got to finish, man.
Can you finish?
Yeah.
And now we're gonna talk about a team that went 15-2 last year. I don't expect them to go 15-2 this year. I don't think they need to go 15-2 this year.
No, they don't.
I think they win 11, 12 games. I think that'll be enough to get them in position, put them in position to make a playoff run, get to a Super Bowl and win it.
I agree.
The Detroit Lions. What are your predictions for the season?
Me, to your point, like you just said, 11-6, 12-5. Let's not get it twisted. Lions got a good team. We lost both our coordinators, offense and defense, but we have a good team. We got a good nucleus. Offense is going to be outstanding, man. And I'm going to be honest with you. Our defense is not going to be that bad. You know, our secondary is solid. You know, of course, our edge rushers, we got one. And the possible on the other end, you know, if we can get our D tackles, if they stay healthy, you got McNeil coming back. You got Reader up in there. You drafted the boy from Ohio State in the first round. So that push, if we can get that push, I think we'll be good. I think we'll be a solid defense. But on the offensive side of the ball, we should average 27, 28 points a game. 11-6, I think got written all over it. We might not even win the division at 11-6. But last year we lost 2 games, and they was at home.
Yep.
We were good on the road.
I'm okay. I'm okay with the Lions not winning the division this year.
Yeah, me too.
I looked at their schedule and I said to myself, this is one of the toughest, if not the toughest schedule in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Lions got to go through some.
They got Baltimore, Cincinnati. You got Green Bay twice.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Green Bay's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for the Lions to win 15 games this year. And I think 15 games ain't really the number. I think it's 12 games, 11 games could win a division this year.
Yep.
And still solidify them with at least a first round playoff home game.
Might not be a bye, but it'd be a home game.
May not be a bye, but it'll be a home game.
It'll be a home game.
And, you know, coming off of last year, I still think losing both of those coordinators is going to be a problem. We'll see the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks of the season, how they going to manage. The new coordinators are going to manage that group. Hutch, I see him running around, but I ain't convinced he healthy. I think it's going to be some time before we really see the real Aiden Hutchinson. But a 75% Aiden is better than most defensive ends in the league. So I'm cool with that. I agree with you that the offense, this should be 24, 27, 28 points. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs, I think, is prime for a season like a Saquon Barkley, I think.
I don't see 2 racks. I don't see 2 racks, but I can see 12, 1,300 and another 300 or 400 receiving.
I see
maybe a total of 2.
I see a total of 2. I see a total of 23. I see a total of 2,300 yards from this guy.
That's lofty.
That make him MVP of the league.
Yeah,
and I think he primed for it.
That's 1,300.
And he's on my fantasy team.
That's why you really need to see it. But to your point, it all is contingent on that offensive line, of course. You know, we with Penny Sewell and Decker. The division didn't get any easier with, I guess we're going to talk about Micah and going to Green Bay Packers, what we're going to have to deal with on opening day. But
it's a revamped offensive line, but an offensive line nonetheless that I think can compete and, you know, really solidify. Look, the Lions are a running team with a deep threat in J-Mo and a consistent ball catcher in Amon-Ra St. Brown. Tough guy.
And Laporta.
And Laporta.
Yep.
And I think they'll be in position to win games and win a lot of games. I just think defensively, there are some teams that they're gonna have a hard time stopping.
But you know what? I heard somebody say on one of these talk radio, it might have been 97, won the ticket. Shout out to my boy Rico here. We always talk about when we look at the Lions schedule, who they playing or who they have to play. Well, we got to realize they got to play the Lions too.
They got to play it all.
I mean, you're talking about a team that was 9-8, 12-5, 15-2. So we not no slouches coming in there. We coming in there. Our road record is pretty good, and our home record is damn sure pretty good. So when we come in this year, I mean, we the Detroit Lions. We coming in with a reputation of being on top. Yeah. Most of the games we're probably going to be favored. I would figure, you know, I think we 2.5 +2 against Green Bay coming up at Green Bay. But all the home games we probably should be favored.
Well,
and half the road.
I'm glad that game in Green Bay is early.
Yep.
Not
you don't want to play in Lambeau
in December.
Yeah.
And last game of the season, and you gotta figure it out.
The only thing
Jess,
that stopped
I know the
Barry
Lions,
Sanders was a cold day in Lambeau.
A cold day in Lambeau. But Jess, I know this ain't the team.
But I do have a prediction on that. I got them at 10-7, man. It's a tough schedule.
Yeah.
I see them. I think it's going to be an early struggle. You know, they can get out the first 6 weeks, you know, 500 or better. That works for them because you know they still figuring some things out. And this is going to tell a lot about Campbell and his coaching because you got new coordinators. So, you know, are you still Dan Gamble? You know, how you going to do all that? I mean, it's going to be a lot to piece together. You're going to definitely be as healthy as you can. You know, we see what the injuries have done.
Oh, we were terrible.
Definitely got, you know, so everything has to kind of fall right, but I still think that schedule's tough, man. They playing against some quarterbacks that are in the talks for MVPs.
Yeah.
Offensive players of the year.
Bruhz, Jackson, all that.
I mean, they playing them. So it's going to be tough. Hopefully Aiden is healthy enough to get around the edge like that, man. But if he's not, that's the early struggle. I think he'll ramp up as he go, but I'm kind of thinking on your terms that it might be an early struggle on some games. Now, I do expect them to go into Green Bay with everything that happened because Dan does know how to get you ready for a game. And I think he's
Not
going to
the
get them
Washington
ready.
game.
Well,
But go ahead. I digress.
but
Yeah,
he wasn't
yeah.
also, he wasn't told also he's not going to. He wasn't told against Washington that we're going to lose to Washington. You know what I'm saying? Everything was cookies and cream.
Right,
Going
we're
in.
not the we're not the favorite going
and,
in.
right.
Back.
So now that still hurt.
And we still hurt.
That still hurt. But
y'all don't know what
Call
I'm doing.
London. Call London. He'll cheer you up.
Y'all have no
London,
idea
give
what I
your
had
boy
to
a
go.
call, man.
But with all that being said, like I said, he knows that, okay, they got Parsons over there. Y'all think we this, that, and another. Okay, we're gonna go show you. I wouldn't be surprised if the first 2 or 3 plays go right at Mike.
Man, listen, let me get back on track.
Mm-hmm.
The loss of the coordinators, you kind of hit it on it. You hit it on it as well. Which side of the ball do you think is going to be the most difficult to overcome with that loss of that coordinator?
I think it's defense. Offense, you still got Goff, who mentally knows everything that they did last year. He knows the offense, like the back of his hand. Although that Ben Johnson is gone, they implemented a lot of that stuff. And then my man just Morton that added more to it. Goff got that under control. I think defensively, other than Aiden being your leader, who's in the ear of the coordinator now? You know what I'm saying? So if Morton gets off track, Goff knows how to bring it back. Because he was the leader. He was there all year. Who's the leader of the defense to say, listen, I got this, coach. I've been here all, for the last 2 years. This is what we need to do at this point. So I think it's going to be the defense.
Me personally, I think the defense is going to be pretty decent. I think because of what you just said, the leaders that they have returning. You got Anzalone returning. You got Hutch returning. You got Reeder returning. You got an experienced secondary and Branch. You got the 2 best safeties in the game returning. You have Terrion Arnold coming off his rookie year. Was he rookie last year?
Who, Terrion? Yeah.
Yeah. Coming off his rookie year last year. So more experienced corner out there. Now the downfall, we lost Rakestraw again for the second year. And Marcus Houston, we hope he come back and be a healthy defensive end. But I think from a defensive standpoint, if you just keep it simple, like my football coach used to say in high school, keep it simple, stupid. Coach Dozier, rest in peace. You go out there, you play your base defense, and you let your athletes be athletes. And they've been there before. They've been into it. All those guys I just mentioned been in the NFC Championship game. They've been in playoff games last year at home. So on the offensive side of the ball, I think, to your point, I think they're going to be good because they got a reputation. They've been there. The Goff know the offense. Backhand, Morton don't have to rely as much on his knowledge because you got a quarterback out there that know how to run the game.
They know how to run the
Who's been in the NFC Championship game, who's been in the Super Bowl. So I think it could be 50-50. I think it's both going to be a learning curve for Morton and the D coordinator. But once again, it's Dan Campbell's system.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Campbell brought in the offensive coordinator we had last year. Ben Johnson. It's his system. It wasn't Ben Johnson's system.
Mm-hmm.
It was Dan Campbell's system. So we'll see. I think both of them is going to be a learning curve and a growing curve, but I think they both be okay at the end of the day.
I think the offensive side of the ball is where the most talent is. I think between Goff, Gibbs, that running game, those receivers, Laporta, Amon-Ra, J-Mo, I think that's where your talent's at. My biggest concern on the offensive side of the ball is going to be the offensive line.
That's it.
How quickly can they gel and grasp the concepts? Aaron Glenn last year, let's not underestimate the fact that Aaron Glenn coached them guys up.
They had to.
Man, they were playing guys off the practice squad.
They're just playing guys off Greenfield and Finkel.
Guys off Dexter and Davis.
I think one of them come out of Sky Bar.
Just playing guys just off the street. And I think the job that Aaron Glenn did last year has been undervalued. he was able to get those guys to actually play and play a game and play free, play fast, and play aggressive. And I think that the loss of him and his spirit that he brought to that group is going to be the most affected. Now, the question is going to be, can the presence of Aiden Hutchinson, can the health of Aiden Hutchinson sort of combat the loss of Aaron Glenn and get that defense over the hump? Because the best group, the most talented group is the secondary.
Yeah.
To me, by far.
We signed Reader.
Oh,
we
it's
signed the brother from the
it's
Jets.
definitely secondary.
But this is where I disagree with you at. When you say, the defense needs to follow, I think that the defensive coordinator we have now, he was a protege of Aaron Glenn. He has to take some of that Aaron Glenn with what he brings to the table and add that to the mix. I don't think it's per se Aiden Hutchinson that needs to lead that secondary, which from a physical sense, yeah, he does. But from a mindset, I think it's the new defensive coordinator that learned under Aaron Glenn. Don't forget some of the things that Aaron Glenn brought to the table that should rub off on you. It's just like you as a basketball coach. You're going to implement your own style, but you ain't going to forget what Winfield taught you. Some of the mind things and some of the things your college coach taught you in basketball as St. Francis. Shout out to them.
Still D1. Still D1.
It's still D1.
This year.
This year's still D1.
Next year,
we're bringing
Tubi game of the week.
The casket. We do all that. We do a whole show on that. But to your point, man, I just think that if this defensive coordinator implements what he has to, because you're still dealing with the same athletes. You're still dealing with the same players.
Yeah.
You got your new rookies and the guys you signed as free agents, but the mindset and the game plan have a little bit of Aaron Glenn in there and a little bit what you bring to the table. And I think you bring that all together. I think should they be a top 10 defense? Maybe. But if they top 15, I'll take that. I'll take the middle of the road defense.
I think honestly, the answer to your original question is going to be whichever side is the healthiest. Whichever side is the healthiest is going to benefit more from the offensive coordinator. The other side is going to lack. So, like you said, your offensive line, the depth in there, you need them to stay healthy.
Yeah.
So
who we concerned about in this division?
Well, you got to be
Minnesota,
concerned.
Green Bay, Chicago.
I'm more so concerned about Green Bay because they have an experienced quarterback. They got weapons over there. They just added Micah Parsons. Minnesota has weapons, but once again, J.J. McCarthy, he a rookie. This is second year, but he hadn't played.
He's a rookie.
And Caleb Williams, he's experimenting with a new offensive coordinator. So if I had to say right now, the odds right now be probably favored for Green Bay with the experienced quarterback coming back, adding Micah Parsons to the defense with Rashawn Gary on the other side. Yeah, they're going to be tough. They're going to be tough over in Green Bay. They are.
So with Chicago, like you said, Ben Johnson being the new coach, they working in a whole new system. I don't see them as the biggest threat at all. I don't think they're gonna. They'll be formidable opponent, but they'll be at the back end of the division. I think Minnesota, who has a good defense, I think the unknown right now is what we working with that, because you don't know what JJ gonna bring.
Yeah.
But if he brings something, then they're gonna step theirs up. Green Bay, definitely gonna be a problem. Jordan Love, who I don't think, a lot of people think he's, to me, better than what I think he is, but I think he can run that team well. Now, he hung 48-50 on the Cowboys, so I'm saying that with a grain of salt. But I think that they can be tough. The addition of Parsons definitely is going to help if he plays throughout the whole year. I still don't know. I think the biggest problem with Detroit right now, as far as the threat possibilities, is that they're the hunted.
Yeah.
They're not sneaking up on nobody. Everybody's gunning for you. So you're getting 17 weeks of everybody's best game. That's what you're going to get. And I think that's going to, how much that's going to weigh on them.
Yeah.
As the season goes. I think that's going to be the biggest thing. But, Dan has done it. He knows how to get them guys ready. And I think he can get them ready week after week. It's just how long is that message week after week when you get to week 7, 15, 16, 17, 18? You know what I'm saying? How many more messages can you put in front of him? So, we're going to see. He's not the Phil Jackson of everything. Phil Jackson used to put different challenges in front of his guys, but we're going to see what he does with that. But so to answer your question, who's the biggest? I think they're their own biggest challenge. Is can we get it up for 17 weeks because everybody coming?
Yeah. I agree with you. I think that Detroit's biggest challenge is the health of Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they can stay healthy, I'm not afraid of anybody. I think Chicago with Caleb Williams, he's going to have his challenges, figuring out that offense with Ben Johnson, and Ben Johnson figuring out how to be a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
I think Minnesota, I'm not afraid of them. I think that defense is formidable. I think they've got some weapons on offense, but J.J. McCarthy at the helm, I'm not afraid of him.
Mm-hmm.
Micah Parsons in Green Bay, I think is obviously going to help that team.
Mm-hmm.
But let's not act like Micah Parsons is a run stopper.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Right. He's not a run stopper,
and the Lions are a running team.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the Lions' chances against Green Bay. I think Jordan Love is a good quarterback, but I think he's second to Jared Goff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's that they're not scaring me.
Mm-hmm.
I think that game in Green Bay this week, in Green Bay,
Should set the tone.
in September,
Mm-hmm.
is going to set the tone.
Mm-hmm.
The Lions come out and smack Green Bay. I like their chances.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't mean that they'll win a division, right? I can totally see maybe Green Bay winning the division. Green Bay gets 12 games, Lions get 11. But I still think the Lions are primed for a longer run in the playoffs than Green Bay is.
Mm-hmm.
I think what they've learned over the last 2 seasons, and particularly last year coming up as short as they did, has taught them something. And this group, I think, is more hungry this year than they were last year.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not afraid of anybody but the injury bug when it comes to the Lions.
Right. We stay healthy. I think we, like you say, 11-6, 12-5 is doable. We got great leadership, man. So we got great players. And that's what you need. You need great players. You need great players to win it all.
Y'all see them making a move to add to this, though?
I think they got to keep all those options open. I think they got to look at everything at this point. And Cash Doll's boyfriend ain't it.
Cash Doll boyfriend need to quit pillow talking. Stop pillow talking, man.
Stop talking.
Stop talking, man. If they want you, trust me, if they want you, they gonna come get you. Cash Doll. Pipe it down.
Pipe it down.
Pipe it down, Cash.
Don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing.
just let it go.
Work.
That's right.
Yeah. Obviously, he out there. But Cash Doll is 29 other teams out there too.
Yep.
And they ain't called either. So, yeah.
Well, it's been another episode of the Brown Couch Bruhz. Thanks for joining us.
We are back, baby.
We back. And we out of here.
Out.
Peace.